Celebrity.
Hi, everyone. Oh, who are we doing for celebrity?
Hi, you guys. I thought maybe Karen suggested it, but maybe the dog that played Lassie.
Lassie?
Lassie, do you know Lassie the collie?
I sure do. Are you kidding?
I didn't know. His name was Pal, and he played Lassie in all 7 movies.
Aw.
He started when he was 3. Um, and he was a boy dog. Lassie was a girl dog. Or, the fictional character was a girl dog. And that story was a book first. First it was a short story, then they expanded it, then it became a movie. And the first movie was called Lassie Come Home. We'll say hello. I'm just going to finish the story, guys, about this. And it starred Elizabeth Taylor and Roddy McDowell's when Liz was a
Wow.
actress. She did movies as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a huge success. And then they did 6 more movies. And then it became a television show. And Pal, who played Lassie, he did the first 2 TV pilots. And then his son took over the role of Lassie in the TV shows. And then forevermore, they were always his descendants that played Lassie.
Oh, I knew of the first, but I didn't realize the rest were all descendants. That's really cool.
The one that starred in the TV shows was his direct son, and then it was his grandsons, and then it went on like that. And he lived 18 years. He had a star. He has a star on the Walk of Fame. Huge. He was a huge animal star. And at first, he didn't get cast as Lassie in the first movie. Because he was a boy and they wanted a girl. And plus his markings aren't exactly perfect collie markings. And so they cast a girl and shot for 6 weeks, but then they decided they wanted to do this scene in a rushing river, and the female dog refused. And the trainer of Lassie, Waxworth is his name, Wax Weatherworth or something like that. But anyway, he had him the whole time. Lassie just did all the river scenes in one take perfectly. And so the director hired Lassie on the spot and reshot the whole movie. And then from then on, it was Pal. Isn't that interesting? That he kind of took the role away from.
Yeah, he's like, here's my chance. I'm getting in. Yeah, this is my.
And when they started the TV show, the way they cast the boy was they had a lot of boys, but Lassie picked the boy. Pal did, and it was the one that Pal got along with the most, and that's the one that got the role as Lassie's owner in the TV shows. Anyway, that's all the facts I learned about Lassie, but we'll maybe read on him.
That is sweet. Okay, so Pal.
Pal. Little Pal boy. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today here on Debbie's channel.
Yay. He's going to have to do most of the talking right now until it gets a little more quiet. I have to keep muted.
That's okay. There's a question from KD.
Okay.
At 2. Yeah, because she's visiting her daughter and granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
And the family. And I think your daughter's about to have another grandbaby.
That is correct.
I know. I did my pendulum. It said female too.
We have, I have, I have 2 boys and a girl, two boy grandbabies and a girl grandbaby, and we don't know the other one coming on the way. So,
yeah. My pendulum said it's a girl, but we'll see. I've been using my pendulum a lot because I've been doing it to price items for my booth. So I've been using my pendulum to tell me what to price.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, I like it. And it'll go like too high, too low, or just right. And it does it real quick. It's zoomy. It now knows what it's doing, so it just zooms.
Why am I not seeing Katie's question? I got it. I got it. Yeah, I already got it. Okay, that's why.
And then right under her, it looks like Lisa has a question.
Yeah, I got. I got them all. I think.
No problem.
Thanks, guys. Hey, baby. So we were trying to set her computer up too, but we didn't get it. It's all right. So we'll do it here. Do you want to bring your
Hi,
cards?
kitty.
Why don't you run and get those and come sit here and do them? Okay.
I see some new people here that I don't know. Hi, you guys.
Hello and welcome. And so yes,
Yep.
Oh.
Happy to see you here.
Yeah.
That's Debbie's cute little granddaughter, cute as a bug.
We are, I'm here in New Mexico and hanging out and helping. Well, I don't know how much of help I am, but I'm trying.
Are you going to try to stay till the baby's born?
No, I'll just be here for a week and then I live 2 hours and 45 minutes away, so I feel like when she goes into labor, she can just give me a little holler and I can make it happen.
Oh, did you get that question on 206? Fancy Weasel.
Oh, Sherry G. I didn't see that one. Oh, and gosh, how am I missing all these?
I know, because all of a sudden they come in all at once. It's so easy.
Yeah, and then it pops and you can't. Okay. So right now we are reading on Pal. Pal.
Yeah. Pal.
Yeah. So Pal lived a long time ago.
He was born in 1940.
1940.
And he died in 1958. Natural causes. Just he passed peacefully.
Mm-hmm. And his name was Lassie on TV. He was a TV dog. So we're gonna just.
His owner and trainer.
You have the good cards. So.
Loved him a ton, and actually went through a really deep depression. Pal passed away.
Can I build it with you?
So he's coming in very, he seems pretty elegant to me, even though he, I as I recall, they had to run and jump in water and do all those types of things like you were saying. But I see him coming in, he is holding his head high. He also, every time he has something in his mouth, which means to me that he was always ready and always giving, you know what I mean? So, ready to give, ready to do. It's so interesting because he really lived his life about everyone around him. Like he was a real giver.
Yep.
He also has he just shine around him. Very enlightened, old soulish type of dog is what I'm seeing here.
Yep, it's almost like a huge, what I see, it's like he's sitting in a throne, kind of, but his head's way high, his chest is way out, and then there's just a light all around him. It looks like a big, bright halo, but it goes around his body. I guess it would be like his auric field, but it's just bright and shiny. And I feel like he says, once he passed, he really realized how much love he got from like the world at large. His owner loved him and took good care of him, and he was spoiled, had everything he wanted. I feel like that was true. Like he was always well cared for. He liked the training, that wasn't something, some dogs don't like it, but he did. He loved doing what he was asked to do. he felt very important, you know. And I feel once he crossed, he realized, you know, I know it sounds a little weird, but he realized that it was his soul's journey and duty to bring this awareness of animals, you know, like kind of man's best friend, that quote, kind of, to bring that into people's homes and their awareness. And I feel like this sounds funny too, but he received like a big reward on the other side. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. He's also very proud of his offspring and descendants because they carried his mantle very well. And even today, what he started, like in 1943, because he made his first movie at 3, lives on. Really quite an accomplishment for a dog.
For sure. And that halo that you described, that's exactly what I was seeing. I'm like, I see a bit, like, it's just so shiny around him. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I could feel that. That's what I was looking at too. I think that's the way he showed himself, was in this glorious light. Like, ooh, now I got goosebumps all over.
Yep. So Elowen's going to share her part of the reading.
So
Good.
I pulled honor and compassion.
So companionship and honor are the cards, and you can pull it right there. So you see that.
And see that boy and his dog? That's what he was just saying, that last statement about, you know, showing like man's best friend, but that's also a woman's best friend, but that kind of companionship with people. And you pulled that exact card out, and that is so right on.
And it was, he really felt it was such an honor to be in that position.
Yeah.
And he felt like he was everybody's best friend, because when he was, you know, when other people came around him, they knew him. Just like you when you meet someone that you see on TV, and it's like you feel like you know them because you see them. And so he was everyone's best friend, and it was such a position of honor, and he did not take that lightly. And that's why I feel like when he came in, and I'm getting the chills on this too, his head was up high and he had that glow thing. So yeah, pretty.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, I feel like sort of like people who make movies, he became good friends with like his human co-stars. Like they all fell in love with him in each one, because, you know, usually he would have different actors in the movies. It would, like Elizabeth Taylor did 2 movies with him, but other than that, they would usually change. But I feel like he, you know, they all loved him. The same thing like with his son in the TV shows. The little boys just loved the dog, and they really had a off-screen, you know, which really doesn't happen all the time with a trained animal. They're trained to hit their marks and do stuff like that. But in this experience, a big part of the training that Rudd did was with the co-stars, with the people. And so they interacted with the dog offset and stuff like that, I think. And he was lovable. Like everybody loved him.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's so interesting to meet him, and that he brought in that he knew, he realized his position, and of everybody loving him and following through in that with everyone. Very interesting.
He liked the whole thing. It was like a movie star.
Yeah.
Who enjoyed the fame, you know, because they did lots of personal appearances. And after his movie career, when he did 7 movies, his trainer bought the trademark and the name and everything. And so then they went around the country just doing personal appearances, and that people could come and meet Lassie or Pal. And I feel like he loved all that too, all the pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
I don't feel any negative, nothing.
I don't either. And that was what he was here to do. And he took it serious. I love it. Well, nice to meet you, pal. And thank you. No wonder he came in so strong, because he's used to, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So cool.
You know, and I do get, again, I'm just going to say it one time, like he got a reward in heaven, almost like somehow that light around him seems like something he realized and received when he got to the other side. You know, I saw him in a throne, like in a big seat. I don't know. It's like other souls look up to him. Now it's looking like an animated film or something, but it's like, oh, Lassie or pal. And plus, you know, he played a girl dog his whole life. So he's also good at that, you know.
That's funny. Yeah.
He's like a cross-dresser. No, I'm teasing. But, no.
It's so funny that you're saying that, because I was just looking at all your mermans on your...
Yeah, my mermans. Yeah, I don't know. Well, he's got a lovely energy, and it's like almost like an ascended master sort of energy. It's odd. It feels like...
That's what I was getting to. So
yeah, like he holds that space or something.
He does.
And I see other little souls going, oh, or something like that. Anyway.
That's exactly what I was getting, Mark. So I was like, do I say that? I don't even know. I've never seen anything like this. Yeah.
I know, but I have goosebumps all up and down me. That was great.
Definitely an angel. I mean, just, you know, you talk about angels. He was definitely.
Yeah.
So we have Esther. Hi, Esther. Please let us know you're here. Esther, and I'll just read some of the list here. We have Esther, then we have Indigo, we have KD coming up. So just let me know you guys are still here, so we aren't sitting waiting. And then Viviani, then Constance, then Sherry, then Diana. So then Fancy. So that's where we're at right now. Did Esther say anything?
There's a question from Cherish down at the bottom.
Okay, and Cherish, I got you, Cherish. Okay. I don't see Esther answering, so I'm not gonna erase your question, Esther. We're just gonna move to the next one real quick, okay? We'll come back if you're here. All right, Indigo. Hi, Genealogy Junkie.
I think she got your question, Lisa. Yeah.
Did I get Lisa's question?
I think you did.
Yeah. Yeah, Elowen's here. She does. I think she left the gummy deck downstairs, but she's using this one.
No.
Oh, she did bring it. Yes. She has 2 decks she's using.
Do you like that dog deck, Elowen? Yep, it's good, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. It's okay. All right. So as a child, I held a dying deer's head in my lap until she passed. I felt this deer with my whole life. Does she have a message for me? Oh, when you were a kid, that was so sweet, Indigo. So, right.
Yeah. Well, that was a profound experience.
So after we do this question, I'll read all the names that I have so far. And if your name's not on there, go ahead and repost your question. I apologize. Okay. That is just such a...
Indigo. Does she have a message for me?
So I feel like this was this like I feel like a teenager deer, like not fully grown, but not a baby. What was it in between? I was 7 or 8. Oh gosh, Indigo. She was like your age when that happened. Message here.
Well, I feel like that event, you were so young, but, it was it was meant to be. It was kind of for your soul, it was to remind you of that deep connection, even at that early age, to the animal kingdom. And I think that probably carried with you till now. It was very dramatic, but in that moment, it reminded you of who you were before this time, like a time when you were one with the animals and cared for them, stuff like that. So it was sort of a reminder being pulled through and wanting you to keep that connection to Mother Earth, but also to the animal kingdom in particular, and that there's no separation. I feel like in that moment, you, even at that young age, experience this oneness. But I don't, yeah. What, Debbie?
I say she, I don't even know if it was a she, but she's showing me that kind of the scene of the situation. We scared a small herd of deer in the country, and one of them couldn't clear the fence. She was the one I huddled with.
Mm-hmm.
Really, she showed me the scene immediately, this whole scene, Indigo. And so to me, that's something like that soul connection there. And some of the things that Mark was, that is so evident. It was such a shift for you in that moment. And it was purposed, not purpose that but to use this situation to, that changed the rest of your life, right? Your path, in a good way. And now Elowen has some cards that really back up some of the things I received as well.
Good.
Go ahead and hold those up so everybody can see. And there you go. So we have balance and fear in those cards, and really holding that space. Because in you helped the deer's afraid, but you held that space for the deer and helped her transition on without fear, which could have been a really scary all alone experience. You helped her in that moment. So I like those cards. So significant.
Yeah. It's that thing I talk about all the time when I'm talking about when you're with a pet or something and you're holding them in that moment of crossing. That it's such a service. And it's that kind of energy the animal kingdom is seeking, is that love from humanity and acknowledgement and recognition. And there's nothing that says that quite as strongly as what you did at the age of 7 or 8.
I mean,
with an animal that wasn't a pet, it was a wild animal, and you still felt the need to be there until she crossed. I remember once I was walking down the street and a little dog got hit by a car. It was horrifying. And I ran and picked him up and he died in my arms like that. But it was that weird, just, you happened to be there at that time, happened to be, it wasn't really an accident. It was an important event. Then I get the Empress, because again, it's this Mother Earth, nature connection that it was reminding you of at that very early age. And I think it's something you've had in several lifetimes, like a deep connection with the earth, with the goddess, but also her, animal children. That's the big message. Be interesting to know how you feel today. I know you said you feel like she's been your little guide and everything since.
She's Ellen pulled a couple more cards here, and you have these two cards coming in, both saying that, and I love this, the deer is using these cards to tell you that, this was a shared experience between the two of you. And also a request to kind of release any if you feel bad about something, or that how it all happened or whatever, she wants you to release that. Go ahead and release that to her. Okay. All right.
That was great.
Yeah. Wow, Indigo. Thank you. First of all, thank you for sharing that story. Okay, so we have KD, we have Viviane, Constance, Sherry G, Diana, Fancy, Cherish, LR72. So if you're not on there, please repost your question. And I apologize. And if you can tell me what time you posted it, I can put you directly in line. But if not, then I apologize. That it was kind of going fast for me today. And I'm on a smaller screen. So you know me, my eyesight. It's a little bit more challenged in here. Okay, so I feel like KD is next. I did repost, just reposted. Okay. Well, if you were like second, Lisa, go ahead and put it on and I'll put you next in line. Okay. Let's see, 1 minute ago, Vicky was 1 minute ago.
He was buffer initially, then bonding with me and my dog. Does he want to go, or would he rather stay with me and my dog?
What does she say? What does Katie say?
Can you read the question out loud for us? I'm looking for these questions that people say they've posted. It's doing that thing where
I know.
Because I'm literally going through each one slowly right now. And those of you who say that I missed your question, it's not here. It is absolutely not here.
It's so hard, guys.
So
because we
it's been doing that. It's been doing that. So Vicky, that is so weird because I can see all your other comments and Lisa's as well. Okay, Lisa. Sorry, Mama.
We'll get you next time, Lisa. I know you're on the way to the dentist. Okay, why am I coughing? I don't know. I feel like, please tell me I don't have COVID. Okay, the question is, should I let Maltipoo Theo stay with my daughter for the weekend? He was bought for her initially, then bonded with me and my dog. Does he want to go, or would he rather stay with me and my dog? Well, okay. Yeah, Christine, I didn't see your question either, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, you guys, if your name was not called, your question is, and I apologize, it happens. It's been happening to Mark and I, and literally it is not there. Now, I just got Janet's question.
Right.
So sorry. Some of these, yeah.
And we do the best we can, get as many questions as we can. And remember, if it's something really you need to know, we're both available for private sessions, so you can set that up. Just contact us and we'll go from there. But we can just do as many questions as we can do. And it's never really personal. It's just,
yeah,
they don't show up or whatever.
They just didn't. So sorry, you guys.
And it's not just our channels. I see it on other people's channels that do this too. So it happens. I don't know why. Sometimes I think it might be the devices different people are using, or sometimes if you're going through Facebook, it doesn't show up or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so what I'm seeing here, KD, with your card, there it is, Vicky. I gotcha. So is that, Theo will be okay. However, he will be looking for you. Does that make sense? Kind of looking out he's showing me kind of always like on the alert. When is she coming back? It may be a little confusing. But he's adjustable. However, it may just be slightly confusing. So it's up to you what you want to put him through. Because it's not like he's not going to be loved there. It's just that he'll be looking for you.
He kind of got the idea, though, that he was going to be yours for some reason. He didn't really get that idea that he was going to be for somebody else. It sort of feels like he thought he was your dog. And also, the other thing I drew is this clarity card. This little doggy, and it says clarity right under your nose. Which that card makes me think there's a possibility you end up getting another dog for your daughter, and this one's going to stay with you, maybe. I don't know. He bonded also, like you said, with your dog. He can readjust. I just feel like he's sort of on... Well, I think you like him, and you wouldn't mind to have him, and he's sort of feeling that energy too, KD. So... your daughter might get mad, but it might turn out that way. Oh yeah, they're so close to two dogs. I know he kind of bonded right away with both of you. He kind of came going, oh boy, my new home, yeehaw. So he didn't really have this idea of going on, But I would say if you're still going to try it, then I would let him go there for a weekend or something. But I don't think... I think, like Debbie was saying, he's going to be looking for you the whole time.
Okay, so
yeah, I do want to keep him, she says.
Yeah, I do want to keep. Yeah, he's.
It was a good idea.
I'm going to keep him. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think so, KD. I mean, I think your daughter still wants a dog and can get one, but somehow this one.
Yeah, this one's.
You kind of got for you in a way. And for the other doggy.
And let me see your cards again. Oh, yes.
Yeah, what did you get, Elwin?
So Ellie got. So this is kind of. You want to hold them up? This is basically saying that he came here for you. He absolutely came here for you. This is kind of like a divine connection for you. Okay. Indigo, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah. So
yeah, I know. Like that card, that first card where I said right under your nose. It's like, well, I'm right here where I'm supposed to be. So.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. No.
And my first instinct would be to say, like when I read this question, when I read it and Debbie was trying to find a question, my first instinct would be, oh yeah, that's going to be fine. You know, that won't be a problem. But then the more I sat with the question, I went, well. So it's funny, you know. Oh, he was your daughter's graduation.
Yeah. So I feel like in the card I have here is joy finding your bliss. I just feel like you found each other, and this is going to bring joy to both of you, for sure. My cat Luna was for Sierra, and she ended up not being able to take her home at the time, and so she obviously was my cat. There was just no doubt. So that it happens. We think we're getting our child an animal, and it actually is for ourselves.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I still think a dog would be a good idea for your daughter, however.
Christine, do you have a question today?
Yeah, because I don't know if I missed your question. I probably did, but.
So it's not about missing your question. Sometimes, even though you post it, it doesn't show up on our StreamYard.
Right.
So that's that's our streaming platform issue. So it feels yucky when that happens for you, but know that it's not intentional on our side.
Right.
Okay.
And also know that I have asked questions a lot to readers, and they skip me all the time. So it's not, and sometimes I'm like, hey, you know, I feel that's
you gotta trust me, for sure.
We're not really doing anything. That's the thing about it. It's just, it doesn't come up, or there's a million reasons. And plus, if I purposely skip you, I'll tell you, you know, I might say, well, there's some new people today, so I'm going to read them first, you know, something like that. But I'm not going to like just ignore you or anything.
Correct. All right.
Oh, look what Viviani says. Questions posted before the live starts move up and disappear after the live chat starts.
Sometimes that happens for sure. Yeah.
So that might be why we missed yours, Christine.
Okay, we're doing a cat this time. So any messages from my cats? Baby orange male cat, and Matt, white with black fur near ears and dark tail. Both have passed. Thank you. My cat.
And Matt.
So orange male. So an orange male cat, Matt, and white with black fur near ears and dark tail. How cute is that? Both have passed. So Matt. Okay, so we don't have a name for the other one. Okay.
Baby.
Oh, it was named Baby.
Baby's the orange cat, and Matt's the black and white one.
Got it. Thank you, Baby and Matt. Okay.
Yes, I already knew that.
Oh, see, you guys are good. You guys are good. Ellen said she knew it.
Yeah, me and Ellen are going on the road.
Yeah, you guys going on the road without me.
My name's Mark Ellen, in case Debbie never tells you. I don't know.
She knew that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
She's really concentrating on the draw.
She is. She's tapped in.
That's good. I'm trying to be. Let's see.
I feel like I'm seeing Matt. And Matt was particular. He was particular about things. He had
wherever the stupid things are.
Well, one thing, Viviani, I hear is that they were very happy. You know, this is usually what I hear. Like they had just happy cat lives. Like couldn't get more happier than Lazy Day Afternoon Cat, and it's two of hearts, two of cups. So you know, just love, like the perfect home. Look how relaxed this little kitty is too. It's like upside down, laying in the plants. Like, oh, life of Riley for this kitty. And I think they had a great time, both of them.
Life of Riley.
This is like a little orange kitty, so maybe this is baby talking. In the picture, it is a little orange tabby. But for sure, they had a lovely life. They wanted for nothing.
For sure. And I just feel like I'm still looking at Matt here, and he feels in that particular being particular about things, and you know, it if he just wasn't in the mood, he'd let you know, like if you're going into his space, and like that. But that's what he's bringing in. But yeah, so happy, just a loved his life. Go ahead.
So I got the 9 and the black.
They can't hear you. You gotta talk.
Three of Swords.
Yeah. So it wasn't the Three of Swords. I know that you have the 3 there, but that's not the meaning here. Literally means that he loved his freedom. He would be like the type that loved. I don't know if he was an indoor outdoor, but he would have been great at that if he wasn't. He would have loved that. But he would have found his way to find it, even if he was an indoor cat. And very protective of his, and so it really kind of backed up what I was getting, very protective too. So that's those cards are saying.
Oh,
and yes, they are absolutely around you.
Yeah, and they're telling me they were connected, and you guys were like connected on a psychic level, or like they felt like they could communicate with you. I get this wishful thinking card, but it's like whatever I would imagine or think about, you'd bring it. Like there's some catnip on the floor, there's little toys, there's fishes. This is called fishful thinking, actually, not wishful.
How cute is that?
Says, you know, whatever I imagined or wanted, you'd bring it to me. Like getting me that there was a psychic connection to you, you know, that unspoken communication with each other. You were a great cat mom.
So she's saying that Matt was the indoor cat and the other one was the outdoor cat. So I'm wondering if the energy that I was receiving was the other one. But either way, take these messages. I don't have the context, so how I described him, which does that respond? Does that match what one of the cats, Viviani?
Yeah.
I have Joni, looks like Matt, Bedford, Somerset, and Irwin now. So interesting. Okay. Yeah. I just love their energy, though. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It feels a little like maybe.
Okay. So thank you. All right.
Yeah, I know. I felt like Matt's coming to you and baby's coming to me.
Yeah, that I do too.
Yeah. And just one more little baby, just because. It's another little striped cat, but it's saying bombs away, and it's like outside, like doing a big pounce, a mighty pounce in the grass and stuff, and playing like wild hooligan. They are around your little kitties and stuff. I don't know. It's possible that one is with you now, but I don't know. I need to look at those names again of those kitties. You have Joni, Badford. I like that, Badford, Somerset, and Irwin.
I definitely feel Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like at least one might be.
Maybe was the neighbor's cat, but spent time with me. Okay, so yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Because I'm feeling Matt very strongly.
Yeah, he might be there amongst that group that you have now, because I feel like somebody's back with you. And
Well,
maybe it feels vague to me because I've been talking to Baby, and I think maybe it's Matt because I feel like one is back. I don't know for sure. You would know better. You said Joni looks like Matt, but I think you'd know him more from the behavior than the look. Anyway, your cats are lucky.
all right.
A Maltese Yorkie.
My little hi Vicky. Matt is Joni. You're welcome, Viviani. Thanks for hanging out here with us.
Yeah, Viviani, and I think there's a little bit of a behavioral something that Joni does that on some ways might remind you of Matt. Anyway, okay. Chloe's having back and knee issues, really bothering her lately. What does she need to tell me?
My little dog Chloe is having back and knee issues, really bothering her lately. What does she need to tell me? A Maltese Yorkie. Chloe.
Right, let me see. I feel like it might be joint issues, kind of where the bones connect. Kind of like, sort of like arthritis or something like that. And I see that medical thing called Cosequin that might be good for her, which helps with joints and things. It's like you can get a tablet or a pill, or you can sprinkle it on stuff. But I feel like it's kind of early joint aches. Are you getting anything, Debbie? Oh, she says it is that arthritis, like.
Yep. And that's what I was getting. I didn't have context to what you could do with, but I saw they were just showing me because I put a collagen supplement in, in my, I take that every day for my joints, and they literally took me to that bag of stuff I have for collagen, and so I felt like, yeah, and it has to do with all that, and there would be something that she could take, but I didn't have that context. But you did, Mark. You knew the name and everything.
I think it's called.
You were doing my reading for me, but yeah.
Well, now I usually don't, but it's because of the zoo. We would put animals on that, and I believe it was Cosequin. That's what I heard. That might help, in her diet. It's kind of early stages, though. I don't feel like it's super bad, but it bothers her, though. And of course, she likes the massages, Vicky.
Of course she does. And it would be like, just recognize too that during it'll be like the same as us. So before it's going to rain and that pressure comes in, she's going to feel it too, just like a human would with their issues. So be more sensitive. If you know weather's coming in, know that she's feeling it a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also I feel like there's also, what is that called? It's not THC, it's the other thing. Do you know what that's called?
Yeah, but I can't think of it. Gene.
Can't I think of it? That's so funny. But they have that for cats too.
Why can't I think of that word? Oh my God.
CBD. Thank
Oh
you.
yes, CBD.
CBD.
It's initials. That's why I couldn't think of the word.
They just were trying to tell me that, but I couldn't capture CBD.
Yeah, that might help too. Yeah. Well, as far as what she wants to tell you, of course, they always use the opportunity to tell you they love you, and that she feels, loved and cared for. She says, "I'm your baby." I think you might call her your little baby or something, but she thinks she's your baby, and she loves being around you, with you. She's like your little buddy, she likes hanging with you, doing stuff. She likes being your dog. She's happy.
And any attention you put towards it, anything that you do, any treatments, that's going to help. So yeah, we'll send some healing to her right now.
Yes, MK Karen, we do readings on pets that passed over, but it might be too late today because we have a ton of questions. Oh yeah, there's that thing I was talking about, Cosequin for dogs, joint supplement. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I'll recommend you giving that to most dogs just as a supplement because it's supposed to help strengthen their joints. They have it for cats too. Okay. Lovely cat of 17 years, Miss Kitty, who was a boy. Miss Kitty. It was a gay cat. Okay. It was a boy. Passed in 2000.
Oh, Miss Kitty. Oh.
Miss Kitty was a boy.
17 years, Miss Kitty.
Well, that's so cute. When you guys tell me the animals listen and watch our show, I love it.
Oh, who's watching us today? Minnie.
Teresa, Minnie's.
Aw, hi, Minnie. Sweet. She loves your voice.
So cute. Miss Kitty seems kind of prissy, feels like using her tail, like sort of dramatically, or I don't know, a little bit like a boy that wants to be called Miss Kitty. I don't know. It was like, I could see why he gave him that name because he seemed to act lovely or thinking he was beautiful or something, or pretty. Like a princess, acting like a princess, maybe. Chloe came in. That's funny, Vicky, too, because I heard Chloe saying, "I like that you brought me to the pet psychics." And you said she came in when we were reading your question. But I heard her saying that, going, I like that you brought me to the bedside. They do feel the energy, I feel like, when they're on the block, kind of on the reading stage.
Okay, I love this. Constance says, every inch a boy. Learn later of sex mistake and no other name seem right. That's awesome.
He was a boy, but they still called him Miss Kitty. But he was pretty, wasn't he? I think he was a pretty boy. Because he shows me.
Yeah, he came in the same way for me, Mark, that he knew he was pretty.
Tail or something, too.
He felt pretty. So even for maybe that time that you didn't know that it was a girl, you kept saying you're such a pretty kitty or whatever. He believed that. He believed that no matter what. Yeah. That's how he came in for me too, Mark.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He's also showing me he's a hunter. Even if he was just an indoor cat, he was a hunter.
Yeah, pretty independent kitty cat. Pretty much stood his ground, held his own, self-confident. He don't care if you called him a girl or not. It was him. He stood his ground. He was full of himself. I feel like he was had a pretty strong personality. Then he's got this independent card where he's driving himself to work. He don't need nobody. But I feel like he was a very strong, a strong kitty. Oh, he loved to be looked at. Yeah, that was what I felt like when he first came in. It was like, look at me. Aren't I lovely? He reigned. Oh, yeah. Very strong personality. Very cute.
And yes, and he getting those cockroaches for you. Yep. Yep.
Cockroach killer.
Yay. Yay. Miss Kitty, doing your job, doing your big job.
2009 is a pretty long time ago.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely came around for a while, but I think he moved on. I feel like he came back. Difficult passing. Aw.
I do feel like he's back in form.
I do too. That was pretty clear as well on this side.
Yep. Constance, do you have new kitty now? Because I feel like he's back in physical form. I'm just wondering if he's back with you. Whoops, we lost Debbie. Oh, okay. No kitty now. Well, when you say that, I get this card that says pounce, decide to act. So I feel like he's urging you to get a kitty. I don't know. You might not be in a place where you can, or, I don't know how old you are, or, what your living situation is. But it feels like he wants some action about a new kitty or some kitty energy again. Like it's time now.
Neighbor Kitty's spitting image. He ran to play with me. She doesn't have a cat right now, but
right. Well, that neighbor kitty in the spitting image, I feel like is trying to remind you of him. He's definitely been communicating or been flitting around you or something, or wants to be in your mind, even though it's been a while. And I feel like he wants you to get a new kitty. So I was going to say that. I know you guys think, well, all you do is tell everybody to get a pet, but that's true. But
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
That's the best expectation. So I do feel a little bit like that's something that might be up.
Mm.
Yeah,
He's saying you guys were two peas in a pod. Like there's something about your connection with him. It's very interesting.
And then just as we're sitting here, I got territorial, find your place. So I don't know. I feel like he might be thinking about he wants to come back to you or something. There's this idea.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, if all of a sudden in their mind, they're in there a lot, that's them communicating. So you might be on the lookout a little bit there. Because when I think about him being back on Earth, it could be that he's looking at that idea and he's kind of, looking at returning to that realm or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway.
That's interesting. Yeah. I have Watcher, and I got the expectation card as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
looking and watching.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah, that expectation card too is interesting.
Yeah. What a great Miss Kitty. Love it.
We just, consider that idea and just sit with it for a little bit and see what you feel about that.
Yeah.
I actually drew a card that said sit with it. So that's why I told you.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Manifest, sit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Love it. Okay. Constance, thank you for that.
Yep.
Okay. Sherry G, are you here? I have Sherry G. I have Diana, Fancy, Cherish, LR72, Rayona, Janet.
Thank you, Linda. That's very nice.
Christine.
Cookie Joe. There's Sherry. She's here.
All right, good. Okay. Thank you, Sherry.
He's been sick, and the vet isn't sure what is wrong.
All right. OJ. Okay. And the vet isn't sure what's wrong. Thank you. So, OJ.
He's been sick. OJ, do you want to come forward?
PD, thanks for hanging out. Blessings to you today.
Rayon's here too. She wants us to know. I think so is Cherish. Okay. I think they have questions. Huh.
Sherry, can you share some of the symptoms that you're seeing? Because I'm getting like an acid reflux feeling, but I'm not sure if it's connected. Like it might just be a symbol of this issue, digestive issues, but it was pretty specifically there, but it could just be a symbol. Can you give example?
Hi, Jamie.
Oh, serious weight and hair loss. Well, I'm going to do energy work with them because I drew the 6 of diamonds. And that's kind of the giving to others, you know, charity card.
Okay, so serious weight and hair loss. He eats all the time but cannot get enough. So there's, yeah, so something with that system. So, Constance, thank you. Blessings to you. Thank you for sharing that energy with us.
Thank you, Constance.
So, is it called? They always take me to human things, so I don't know if it's the same with cats, but like
irritable bowel.
Yeah, or like that dumping syndrome where you can eat, but you're just dumping anything that would be of use. Is it called dumping syndrome? He's had cancer before, lost an eye a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, the IBS, any of that, but it seems to me that the doctor would have been able to find that. But sometimes it can get lost with, I would assume, that or
Yeah.
hypothyroidism too, huh? Crohn's. Do cats get Crohn's disease?
I don't know about that.
Could be something similar to that for cats, but it sounds very...
The blood work was all good. How old is OJ about? His body in general isn't the most strong, or like just his general makeup, like what he inherited isn't the greatest. I think that's what the cancer kind of came from. So he's not like the perfect specimen or anything like that. So he does have a little bit of some challenges in general. I was just seeing, we don't know. He was a rescue, assuming about 8 years old. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is something hidden that they haven't caught yet.
Yeah.
And it I got the food card again. Look at this, the food card. And something hidden in regards. There's also, I got the tension card. Something needs to ease up here. Because these cards literally say together, ease up the tension. So that, going back to that feeling I was feeling, that acid reflux.
Yeah, I just get the best thing I can do is to send him healing energy. So I'm just going to do that for a little bit longer here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call Penny in, and we're just going to send energy all in his little gut belly center there, really where all the organs kind of are, and just going to bring white light all in there. Lots of white light all moving around. They're kind of like going around all the organs, sort of like surrounding them and energizing them, bringing some clarity and balance. It's like a clog, or it looks cloggy. So I just want to open that up to create a little more flow there, because it looks like, of course, I'm not a doctor or anything, so I just have to go from energy, but it looks like the energy's stopping there in that gut area. It's not flowing as well as it could or should. So I just want to, just energetically, I'm just trying to open that up. I'm not really. Pan's doing it, but he looks like fanning the energy, and it's starting to break up a little bit, almost like sort of crystals breaking up and dissipating. Then we want to see more flow, more flow, more flow, more flow. Flowing in there. Digestion, there's some kind of digestion, like imbalance or enzyme imbalance. Oh. You can go ahead and talk, Debbie. I'm just going to do this till we're done.
Okay. Yeah, I was also sending. I was right there with you.
Okay, good.
Right alongside you. So this isn't. I feel like this isn't just not quite a normal case that you're dealing with here, and so go ahead and just kind of whatever. Use your intuition, and whatever you feel like. Oh, I'm going to try this. Why don't I do? Or it's kind of like giving you. I'm hearing giving you permission to kind of, this is not a normal case, so you can't think about this normally like a normal, it's not a math problem that you can figure out in a strategic way. So continue this type of healing. Do Reiki healing, Sherry, on it, energy healing, lay your hands on him, do those types of bring that energy in and healing. I just feel this is just a little bit different, that it's not by the books or something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I get that same thing. And I've been doing the healing where, yeah, that's
Okay,
great.
good.
He likes that.
He likes that.
Appreciate
it. Feels good to him. Look at the card.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that
He
face.
loves that.
And that's usually the face the animals give me when I do healing work. They'll go, his little cute little nice face.
Mm-hmm.
So he took that energy, and he might act a little better after we're done here. You might see him giving you a little sign he's better, and will be a great sign. He likes that energy, because I can feel him taking it. He's a purr monster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And enjoys it, and it does help. So he might act like he feels a little better, and so that'd be a good sign to you. Also, you can, like I tell this to people, you can call on Pan specifically tonight and ask him to come forward with what I call the nature healers and work with OJ while he's sleeping, like continue that work. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say with the gut area, those organs in there, stomach, all that. And he will, but he just needs you to, make the appointment consciously. So you have to say it out loud, Pan. Don't just expect it to happen on its own. All right. Yep. The kitty says, yeah, I like that energy. Oh, he sleeps with you. Yes, of course he does.
Oh, sweet. Sweet, sweet.
I think you can feel a little bit better.
You're such a good cat mama, Sherry. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
That was a heavy duty one.
Yeah.
Okay. Did Diana say that she was here?
I saw, not Diana, but I saw some other people say they were.
Did Diana or Fancy? I know Cherish is still here. So if Diana or Fancy are not here, we'll move on to Cherish.
Yeah, I saw Cherish was here.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to Cherish right now. Diana or Fancy, if you're here, let us know. And
There's Fancy. She's here.
Okay, then we will do Fancy. Then we'll move back to Cherish.
Okay.
Good job, Fancy, getting that in there. All right, so next is Cherish. After that, and I feel like that'll take us home. Cherish, you'll be the last reading today.
Oh, Fancy, I'm so sorry, hon, for your loss. That's so
This morning. Oh my
heartbreaking and really so sad.
It is too soon to know how he is. Is it too soon? Let's check in on
Yeah.
Porter.
Little Porter.
Aww. Aww. Porter he's like, Mama, I got wings. Aww. It's almost like he went to sleep and woke up, and it was almost like he felt like he was in a dream at first, but he's like, he felt weightless.
Yeah.
There was no more, like, it wasn't heavy, and it felt weightless, and it felt so good. But I am just, Fancy, we are just giving you a big hug. We know this is really brand new grief for you, and he will come back to visit in spirit soon. Not yet, but he will come back in spirit to visit, and you'll know that he is there.
Right. He's still in the process, kind of. He's not completely done with the transition process, and so I don't think. So his energy is still kind of there. It's kind of back and forth a little bit right now, but it's not the kind where he would be giving you big messages or anything. It's still about the transition from physical to spiritual. But it's not anything. He says it's a process. It's an adventure. It's different, but it's not scary or painful or anything. He goes, but it's all involving.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see that kind of thing, it's sort of like Pam telling me, because the pet's not sort of in a place where they're able to communicate as easily yet. But I can tell he was well loved and cared for up to the very last second of his life on the planet. And that made a huge difference. It was like sending him over in a love boat almost. It's just all this. You had as much love for him as he was going to get on the other side. You know what I mean? It was almost going out of God's hands into God's hands. Like, that's a funny.
That's beautiful.
Came into my brain, but it felt very nearly the same because there was so much love and appreciation for him, and still is. There still is a lot of love and appreciation for him.
He felt very loved.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still in the process of awakening up there. So that I wanted to back that up, Mark, what you said. That card came out for him. So he's still in that. But he did want you to know that it was just like so light and just felt feels good. So he's in a good spot, Mama, and he'll be coming to visit.
Yep.
We're giving you big hugs, Fancy.
I know, sweetie. That's so hard. I just, that's an emotional day, no matter what.
And big prayers to you, Lori. Waiting for an X-ray.
Yep, Lori. Thinking about you, sweetie. You had many health problems, but had a great will to live. Yes, sweetie, you did that too. You did more than try. You did surround him with love during his passing.
Oh, absolutely.
Felt it completely. He felt blessed and cared for right up to the last second. Okay. Ooh, goosebumps all over me. Okay. I go through my days without goosebumps all the time. Then I do these shows for an hour and a half, and I'm just goosebump ridden.
Right. Absolutely, the 100%.
Oh no. Okay.
All right, Cherish. Let us know you're still here. I know you.
She's here.
Just a moment ago, so I think you're still here.
Yeah.
I lost my Romeo and Juliet Chihuahuas last year, months apart. They were my life, and only 13 years old. I had to watch them pass and could do nothing to save them. I feel guilty every day. Are they okay? Romeo and Juliet.
How cute.
I'm so sorry, first of all, Cherish. That is just heartbreaking.
They did leave close together on purpose.
Yeah.
They wanted to be together. They didn't want to go at the exact same time because the second one wanted to hang with you a little bit longer, but they did want to go close to one another. They were like little, I get that Two of Hearts energy. They were like very close together. Just like they were a pair. They were kind of known as a pair. Well, you even gave them a pair's name, Romeo and Juliet. But I feel like they resonated with that.
I also feel, Cherish, that I feel like this is the female too, but if you kind of close your eyes and pause for a minute, I feel like you could feel her jump on. You know how she's showing me jumping on your leg to get your attention, and you feel those little claws. She's trying to get your attention. So I feel like she's trying to get your attention, and you might even be able to feel that on your leg just slightly, that little bit of a pressure. They were 1 month apart.
When they passed.
Yeah.
But
they've both come back to you, and been around you. But for some reason, she's really showing this to me right now. Like she's coming pretty.
They're saying too that their passing had nothing to do with you particularly, and that you had nothing to do with it. There was nothing you could do to make it different or to change it or anything like that. It was their souls. Like that's what they planned on in 13. It sounds short, but for a little Chihuahua, it's a pretty good lifespan. But they just keep saying you had nothing to do with it. Please don't feel guilty or anything.
Yeah, there
was nothing you could do, that you did do, that you did nothing. It's not related. Their passing isn't really anything you did or didn't do.
She felt very connected. She went first from a seizure. So she feels like she was very connected to you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do have a strong togetherness. Like, I feel like he stayed about as long as he could, and he had to go because they were like, I don't even know what this word means really, but I keep hearing twin souls. They were like a duo, kind of, like incarnated together and were together. Their souls were connected. Um,
As you move forward, like as you possibly using that grief that you have in that loss, and turn it into love and openness. Maybe are you thinking about getting another? Any, I know it's so hard because it hurts so bad in the loss, but I think they're encouraging you to go ahead and maybe open up for another um, puppy if you won't. But they're encouraging that. They understand the grief, but they also hoping that you'll be open to opening your heart again. They said that you three together created harmony. You were three of a kind,
yeah,
the three of you together, and just what the life that you provided, and the three of you together, unmatched, is what they're saying.
they were more like brother and sister. Yeah, they were like a twin flames. Cherish, like what Debbie's saying, usually the way it works with me and her is a lot of times she says what's in my brain at the same time she speaks it, or vice versa. And again, they are talking about that. He is saying, or she, or both, I got the empathy card. I see and hear you. So they're back around you again quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
coming back into your mind and into your awareness. They're also saying um, they're getting a little bored on the other side, and they're kind of ready for some new adventure or new action. I feel like they also say they're better together. So I feel like I don't usually hear like two coming together, but cooperation. Look at these two doggies holding the bone, holding the stick at the same time,
Oh, so another one coming. Look at that. Yeah.
running together.
They come
Two
as a
is
pair.
one. Yeah, it's that two of hearts, that two of cups energy. And then I feel like if you're into it and you want to contemplate it and request it from the universe, that there could be a celebration in the future. Little doggies going, ah!
Yay, more. Yep. She said, I did get 8-year-old rescue Chihuahua
Aria.
Aria.
Yeah.
Aria.
Yeah.
She's afraid of everything but me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These, I feel like, would want to be newborns, and maybe even a brother and sister in the same
Yeah.
litter. Like
Coming
you said,
together. I totally saw the same thing, Mark.
like you said, they act like brother
Yeah.
and sister. But I feel like they'd be little, not. It's great when you rescue older dogs and cats. I love it. I'm all for it. I do it a lot myself.
100%.
But in this case, it feels like younger ones.
I saw the same thing. That is so weird. And I never see that. I never see baby puppies. Like I'm always seeing these older animals coming in, but I saw the same thing.
And they're pretty adamant about being a pair.
Together.
They keep telling you that
Together.
over and over. Like that picture of those two labs running with that stick, that seems just like them. There's like side by side. Oh, she was very
Very.
sweet.
Oh, it reminds me of Juliet. Yeah, sweet. Well, blessings to you, Cherish. Again, I'm sorry for your loss. That is hard, especially they left so close together, and that they were trying to take care of you too. That's interesting.
Yeah, you might be feeling their energy a little bit more than you have for a while. it feels like it's a fresh attempt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is for sure. They were trying to get your attention. Yeah.
Yes, I can feel that.
Anyways, love everyone here. Thank you for hanging out today and bringing your fur family for us to connect in with. Always.
It feels like we did a lot of readings, but we still have 10 star questions.
I know. I know. And sorry for the little chaos at the beginning.
It was. I liked it. And I liked Ellen being here. I didn't get to tell her goodbye. All of a sudden, I looked up and she was gone.
Yeah, me too. She just kind of had to. They're going to do an outing. Okay. So
she's a cutie. I love her. Okay. Yeah, and I like to see a lot of new people here today that I hadn't seen before. Thank you guys for joining us. It's so great. If you haven't, subscribe to our channels. It helps us out a lot. And come visit me on my channel and go back and forth. Next week, we'll be on my channel. You know, we do this. We alternate. And this continues to be my favorite day of the week.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And you know, I'm going to stop apologizing for how slow we are because it's who we are. And we get into it a little more deep. And that's just the way it goes. You know, I'm not so good at like just drawing a card. There you go. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't work the same way. And plus, the little animals come forward.
Takes a lot.
Yeah. And so I have to spend a little time with them and whatever. And that's the way it works. And I always feel afterwards that was appropriate.
I agree.
You know, that whatever length it took, that's what it needed to take. So, you know, I'm going to stop apologizing that we can't do everything in an hour and a half.
We try our best to get to as many as we can. Anyways, we just love hanging out with you guys.
Yep.
Anybody that loves our fur family, we love you. So thank you again for all you do with our fur family, and blessings to you. And thank you, Pan, for hanging out as well, and our spirit teams, and bringing these messages. So love and light until next time, and we'll see you then.
Okay, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.